At the very end, when the Germans were rounding up everybody to leave Auschwitz because the Allies were coming, the Russians were coming, I hid with the corpse. And when they looked at the corpse, I didn't move. They always told you, you're only going for a shower and you'll come back and get your clothes. Nobody came out to get their clothes, but we hung up our clothes. I knew that I wasn't allowed to cry because they'll hear me and kill me. So I didn't cry. I didn't cry throughout the entire war.
A z nami jest już Tova Friedman, ocalała z Holokaustu, z którą spotykamy się w Berlinie. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you here. I know you are very busy in those days.
Thank you. Well, thank you. It's important. So I'm here for you and you're here for me.
Yes. You know, I've seen these photos so many times before, and I didn't know that this girl on the left side,
That's me.
it's still alive. Now I know you.
And this one just died, and I know him very well. We met in New Jersey.
And every time I looked at this photo, because I have a son who is nearly in this age, I was thinking what those kids must have thought in this moment.
Well, that was the time of liberation. They were thinking of food, nothing else. Now, and also the soldiers that came had different uniforms, and we were not scared anymore. We were two things. We were going to get food, we knew that, and that we have nothing to fear right now. Because the children were shot every place during the war in Auschwitz.
You showed your number?
Yeah, and the Russians couldn't believe it, so they wanted to see our numbers.
You knew the number, you could just tell it from your memories, I suppose, in every
No,
minute?
but I could recognize it. I don't know any Polish. I didn't go to school. I didn't know any German. But when I heard it, I had to say here, it was a roll call. They called you by the number. I may not be able to say it, but I recognized it.
81 years later, this little girl will be speaking tomorrow in the Bundestag. What will be the main message of your speech tomorrow?
Two things, in a way. One thing is to remember the 1.5 million children that have been murdered, 6 million Jews. Tomorrow is today, it's really today, by the way, January 27th, liberation. It's to remember those that aren't here and to have a warning that anti-Semitism is back. And what do we do about it? We can't be scared. We have to fight it. We can't allow it to happen. We can't allow us to be scapegoats again for whatever is wrong in this world. We can't do this. We got to stop.
Remember is not enough, right?
No, remembering is not enough. Remembering is the beginning. Remembering has to have a purpose. If you remember for no purpose, what's the point?
Going back to your young years, I know Germans sent you to the gas chamber, but you survived. How did that happen?
Well, it's a very long story because survival began from the moment I was born almost, because I was a year old when Germany invaded my town. No, at that time I was 2. So there was survival from the very beginning. In the ghetto, I was hiding under a table, and other little children were killed. Then later on, I was hiding in a crawl space where all the other children were taken and shot. Each time there was a survival and an accident that I survived, and luck. A lot of very good luck. And at the very end, when the Germans were rounding up everybody to leave Auschwitz because the Allies were coming, the Russians were coming, I hid with the corpse. And when they looked at the corpse, I didn't move. By then I was 6.5.
How can a child understand that
It's we weren't children. You cannot compare your children to like I couldn't compare my children or my grandchildren to me. I knew danger from the time I was 2 or 3. I knew that I wasn't allowed to cry because they'll hear me and kill me. So I didn't cry. I didn't cry throughout the entire war. That's survival skills.
But those days when you were sent to the gas chamber, you survived because
5.5. I was 5.5, yeah.
Because of what? What happened there?
We don't know. Nobody knows. They took us, my whole barrack, to the gas chamber. We got undressed. I remember the very cold weather, freezing. We were naked. You know, there was like a waiting room before you went into the showers. And they told us, get undressed and hang up your clothes. There were hooks all around the room and numbers so that you could remember where your clothes were. Because they always told you, you're only going for a shower and you'll come back and get your clothes. Nobody came out to get their clothes, but we hung up our clothes. And then the door to the shower never opened. And they told us to go back. Don't know. 2 or 3 weeks earlier, the other barrack with children was taken, and they were all gassed. My barrack wasn't.
After the war, you left Poland. You went to the United States with your
Right.
family. Was it?
Not yet. First we went to Germany. Poland was a terrible place for Jews at the time. Anti-Semitic, mean. My aunt was killed by a Polish gang. I couldn't go to school in Poland because they called me dirty Jew, so I refused to go. So we had to leave Poland. So we couldn't leave because they were communists.
I want to go now to the present times because many of young people know you from the TikTok channel,
Yes.
which you do with your grand.
Yeah, well, you have to speak to him about that.
With the
They want to know if I still believe in God.
do you?
Sometimes. You know, I always think it's almost like a marriage. You stay with a person, you love the person, but you have a lot of problems sometimes. That's how I feel towards God. I have a lot of problems with him. But I'm very Jewish. I'm kosher. I go to the temple every single Saturday. So I must believe in something.
They ask about God, the young people who talk with you on TikTok.
They ask about God. They ask about trust. A lot of questions. How can you trust people? Well, look what people did to you. How do you feel towards Germans? How do you... Very good questions. Wonderful.
Do you trust in people?
I happen to, yes. You know, I think so. Yes. I feel very comfortable with people.
Because you're so often talking about anti-Semitism. We have a lot of tensions in the world. What I was thinking about, what should all of us give hope in this sometimes so cruel and dark world?
Absolutely.
What gives you hope?
You're right, right. First of all, I believe in the human spirit. Give you an example. When I was in a DP camp, I was there for 3 years. It's a long time. There were people there, adults, not like me, who had lost their entire families. There were women who saw their children being shot in front of them, and yet they remarried, had new families, contribute to the community, worked. The human spirit is very strong. It needs sometimes a little help, but some of the survivors have rebuilt their life in spite of everything, in spite of the worst experiences. They still could love and have a new family. How can you have a new family and trust that they'll grow up where you just saw your 3 or 4 children being shot right in front of you. And they do. So I really believe that we have resilience built in us. We just have to use it. I really feel like this.
And you also say the 27th is your birthday.
That's my birthday today.
So happy birthday.
Thank you. Usually I get a card. There were four of us, 5 who survived from our town, from Auschwitz. 1 lives in Munich. I haven't seen her for years. And the 4 of us would send each other cards. Now Tova left. So every year, in fact, I'm going to call my friend to America today and wish her happy birthday.
All the best for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Naszą gościnią w Berlinie, w stolicy Niemiec, była Tova Friedman.